tamsguitar.com, and I had a great time making this course, a theory course for people who want to compose or want to learn music properly. So this is a very basic course where I have included, the essential concepts of how the scales are used and how scales are formed, and what are the chords that can come with scale, like scale chord relationship, what are the diatonic chords, and what is the mode of nomenclature. Maybe you have heard major 7, major 9, add 11, blah blah blah. So how those chords are formed, and in which scale which chords fit in, and how to compose or whatever, what is the idea of composition, which chords I put together, which scales I use. So I have used, these very basic concepts which you must know if you want to write music, compose music. Or write music means composing music basically. It's not about writing something. So if you want to create something, so this basic knowledge you need to have. All right, and I hope you have a great time, completing this course. So take your time, learn slowly. A lot of pen and paper work also required, and I'm sure you'll be able to compose and have great ideas for compositions, which otherwise it would have been very difficult. This theory is must have for any musician. Okay, even if you play some other instrument, doesn't matter, you can grab it and have an understanding of the scales in a very basic level. Anyway, so I hope it helps, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to visit my website musiccircle.in, and there I have got loads of courses. So we'll start with major scale first, how major scale is formed, and the entire world is inside a major scale. So let's get started. Which means from F we have whole step means F sharp G. And now from G you'll have to do an exercise. You will complete this chart, okay? Don't worry, I'll provide you with a chart. The fingers that you're putting are the only notes that you're playing. The open strings are also you're playing, for which you are not holding anything or taking any efforts. Sequence of notes are like this: C, E, G, C, E, E and A. And now second string first fret is C, we already did. So now the equation is complete: A, E, A, C. So we have A, C, E. Now we can call it A minor. And again it becomes generalized, and even if you play a bar chord and if you move it here, then the numbers remain same. So if I'm in C sharp minor, or maybe let's go to D minor. In general music, if you're not considering jazz, in normal music, the things are mostly scalar. So if you by mistake play a D sharp note in C major, you are ruined, because that will sound out of tune. Let's do some calculations. So we'll stay in the key of C, right? And we are going to take a look at, and each and every number we are going to try and find out which chord it is. Okay, but here we have D, F and A. We don't have F sharp, but a good news is that if you flatten the F sharp, you get F. So if it's 1, 3, 5, then this is 1 flat 3, 5. So E, and find out what options we have. Similarly, 1, 3, 5 thing, right? 1, 3, 5. You can find minor also. So in case you are unable to understand, then you write down what is E major. E major is formed of E, G sharp, B. What is E minor? E minor is formed of E, G, B, because this is, we are taking from a major scale. That's why we are using 1 flat 3, 5. 5, 4. And if you want to play the same thing in A major scale, it will be like this. 4, 5, 4. And if you look at the chart, you'll see that A is 1, D is 4, E is 5, right? It with a common melody. C, A minor, F, G, our first progression. So it's 1, 6. Just look at the chart. A lot of concepts cleared, and if you want to compose a song, you can have the same sound in so many different places. B.B. King used to say that in blues, we don't steal, we just borrow. So that's the thing. 5. These are called suspended chords, okay? Suspended second or sus2 chords. Here what happens, instead of 1 3 5 in major you have 1 3 5, you replace the third with the second, G, instead of C E and G. C is the root, second is D, and G is the fifth. And now what you will see is, later on in improvisation these things come handy. You have C note with EGB. What is EGB? EGB is nothing but E minor chord. So C plus E minor. So if a C chord is going on and if you play E minor arpeggio over it, you will get the sound of C major 7. Like this, 1 3 5 flat 7. Okay. So generally we write it as G7, C7. Remember, the same thing was happening before. And similarly you can create like minor 9, add 13, so same thing, 1 flat 3, G7 coming. Where is this G7 coming from? So let us break it down. 1 3 5 flat 7. This is what we have. Even if this system is not going to be valid, there will be many common chords, If a song is in some other key, compared to D major, if you can figure out that the root note is D, then you might have few chords common, and along with it you might have some chords that are not in the scale, okay? Because it might originate from some raga or other scale. You'll be able to hear that the sound is not matching, if the song doesn't belong to that scale. After a while, if you keep on playing, then you'll find that one particular scale is matching. So when a particular scale is matching, if you are not good with the notes, gradually you'll be, if you practice, for example, if you found out that it's here, so it's the F note, right? C, D, E, F. So you get to know that the song is in F major scale. And then the next step is you go to your chart or find out 1 1 half, 1 1 1 half. You know the notes, and 1 4 5 are the major chords, 2 3 6 are the minor chords. Once you have this thing ready, shifting chord becomes very easy, right? And now after 5 you have 6. The 6 is here, okay? 6 is minor, we have discussed it many times. Whenever you have the A chord or the root on the 6th string, if you go exactly a minor third interval back, what is minor third interval? 3 half steps, okay? If you go back and play a minor chord, this is the 6th, right? 6 7 1. Okay, if you go back to the formula again, 1 1 half. You can do it with other progressions as well. So it's a very good ear training, and you can take different combinations and practice on your own, right? And now let's move on to the next concept, what I was telling. So I'll be talking about the C major scale. Like some songs, might have few different chords. So I'll tell you what will happen. It's a 1 minute thing. Sometimes the most common thing that composers do is that they make the third major, right? For C major scale, the third is E minor, right? C, D, E. You can make it E major, right?